it is not a cop-out to say that the basis of unity is not there. Heaven knows that Nigerians have tried. Heaven knows that Nigerians have wanted Nigeria to work. The vast majority of Nigerians, even now, despite the excesses of this administration, still want Nigeria to work. But there's only so much that people can try. There's only so many deaths that people can afford. There's only so much by way of wasted careers and wasted opportunities that people can take, because the rest of the world is not standing still, whilst we're still wishing for unity. Unity has to be real. It's not just something that we mouth and say we are one. It's not sufficient. I say that you're a nation if you can accept governance from each other's hand, because what you will consider to be in your interests will also be in my interests. You as a southerner, me as a northerner, or vice versa. But where we're in a situation where there's so much division between us that every policy that you're pushing through now, I have to view it with care and suspicion, in case that you're trying to kill me while I'm sleeping. I've got to sleep with one eye open all the time. That is no unity. That's artificial. That's just sufferance. You're suffering each other rather than you're truly together. Now, you say that when you look at the conduct at local government level, that behaviors are the same whether you're in the north or the south or the east or the west. There's the same kind of corruption. I think that's what you're hinting at, misgovernance. And from that, you're suggesting that, well, it shows that we're the same. No, it's not correct. We're the same in the sense that every ethnic group has its own quota of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Where you have a country such as we have now, or a situation where you have the bad and the ugly, the low life, who are in charge of the levers of power, and who are the ones who are occupying the offices of governance and leadership. It is simply because the tune has been dictated from the top, such that the good people in each of these ethnic groups are not allowed through. And that's because Nigeria has not been designed to move of its own propulsion. It's like a car with no engine. It can only be pushed or pulled, but it doesn't have that self-ignition to be able to propel itself. It can't propel itself because the system is designed to handicap and arrest our potential, whilst the rest of the world keeps producing everything that we consume. Our brains are no smaller and also no bigger than the brains of our counterparts in Europe and America, in China, etc. But because their union is more natural, such that, look at Britain, the architect of our unity in inverted commas. But they thrive internally on disunity in their own arrangement. So you have a Scottish parliament for the Scots. You have a Welsh Assembly for the Welsh. You have a Northern Ireland Assembly for the Irish. You have Westminster, which is largely an English parliament, because they recognize that they run faster if you don't tie their legs together. But what they've done in order to slow us up, trip us up, and arrest our development is to tie the legs of 371 ethnic groups together. And each time we're trying to run, we're tripping. If we have the courage, if we can just find the courage to give each other just a little space in order to run according to our own values, while still recognizing what we have in common. I use the analogy of the orange. That is the kind of union that we need. You see, if you peel the skin of the orange, what do you see? You see the segments of that orange sitting comfortably side by side to make the whole. And the skin is the Nigeria that now wraps us all. But each one has its own segment. Contrast the apple, peel the skin of the apple, and what you see is an indistinguishable mass under that skin. Both in their roundness represent unity. What we've been led to pursue is what I call the unity of the apple. But you know, the unity of the apple is only possible if you crush the individuality of those ethnic groups so that we all become one. That's one kind of oneness, where you crush the individuality of the ethnic groups. But we must recognize that after 100 plus years of trying to crush out our individuality as ethnic groups, that there's an alternative. The alternative is the unity of the orange, where each segment can sit side by side, as mature and sensible societies do. Look at the European Union. A Frenchman rules France. A German rules Germany. A Spaniard rules Spain. An Italian rules Italy. But they come together in the areas of vital interests. That is the kind of unity that we need to pursue. Not the unity that destroys and makes enemies of our difference. People think that when they speak of the detribalized Nigerian, that is a nonsense. Because they're the ones who resent different rather than celebrate difference. What we've got to do is embrace diversity. And you only embrace it by allowing it to breathe and allowing it to be, such that an Igbo man can run Igbo land within the Nigerian Union, the Orange Union. A Fulani man can run the Fulani space. Buhari, if they want Buhari, he can run the Fulani space according to their values. A Bonu man can run the Bonu area according to their values, and so on and so on. Live and let live. There are no winners in this arrangement where we pursue artificial unity. It's vanity, and it's expensive vanity because it's costing lives day in, day out, year in, year out, decades to decades, generation to generations. We've got to stop the bleeding. So let's drop this idea that it's a cop-out. Let's be fair to our people. Our grandfathers tried. Our fathers tried. We have tried. Our children have tried. There comes a point when they say if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, It is madness.